Over the past 5 years, my agency made roughly 15K ads, and 20% of those were generated only using AI. Yeah, you heard it right. And before you ask me, do these ads even work? These AI static ads for Trogrlic generated far above 500 results in the past 30 days. For those who don't know me, I'm Bernhard, co-founder of the agency based in Austria, Europe. Last year alone, we scaled multiple brands like Jones Road, Waterdrop, Geese Wine, Trogrlic to 7, 8, and 9 figures. And across our accounts, we've seen an average drop of 20% in the CACs. Today, I'll show you exactly how I built these AI static ads so you can follow the process and achieve similar results. Let's roll. So you need to figure out who your customer actually is. I just had like a meeting with my team today, and I again really emphasized the fact that creative strategy starts with understanding the customers. So you should definitely spend most of your time understanding what problem you're solving and to whom you can sell this solution, right? Because otherwise everything else that you do visual wise or messaging wise will just fall down the cliff. But let's really go into how to use those ads or what to do actually. So as you can see, for this outdoor brand, doing assets and shootings is very cost heavy. So you will always need to go out, shoot things, have people there. And we just thought, okay, we have to get so good with AI that we can make like an asset machine out of our AI process, right? So this helped us understanding how AI images are working. This helped us to make like amazing ads with a lot of different assets. And I can tell you all these ads that you can see here, 99% of them are AI-based images. So let's quickly break down what's important for a static ad. So important is, for example, here for this concept, that we see the product clearly, what are we selling, that we see a very cool lifestyle image, because you want to tell them the image, that the vision, the story, that what they're gonna get and what they're gonna experience in the future. And obviously what's mainly important here is a very strong headline based on the persona that we're having. And we also made like a limited edition out of this set, and we had some strong USPs just like pushing this product. So let's really go deep into how do we create AI images, right? So we're using FreePic across the company. I would say FreePic is basically the easiest tool to get into AI static creation and video creation. There's an academy that they just launched today in understanding how things are working. They have all the latest models. And I have to say, I think currently the subscription that we're using is roughly $40 a month, which is nothing for the output that we're getting, because images are basically unlimited, and for videos you get credits, you know. So when you go to the left hand side, you can go to image generator, and then it will look like that. As you can see, my team already generated a lot of different images. I will go to basically the history, because in history we actually see what we downloaded. So it's like some sort of a proof for you that we did quite a lot images. So you can see there are quite a few images we did in the past. And as you can see, you already see some of the pan images we did for auto grilling. And you can see the limit in static images here is basically your limitation. And how do you actually generate them? So you need a prompt, right? And you need an idea. So you understand who your customer audience is, you understand where they want to be, because we could sell those pans also like in a kitchen indoor setting, but here we actually wanted to sell them to an outdoor audience. So what we need is a prompt. So you can write the prompt yourself, or you go to Claude, and I truly believe that Claude is the strongest AI tool out there. You're basically going to Claude, which I did here. You're telling him, hey, this is the product. I need an image generating prompt. And then it's writing an image generation prompt. And then the better you ask him and the better you explain what you want, the better the output will be. You can take that, go back to the tool, and now let's really generate something. So basically, let's see, for example, here, what you can do is you can upload products. So what you need to do is the more images you have from your product from different angles, the better the creation will be, all right? So you can upload mood images, your products, and the products are very important up here. Then you're copy pasting the prompt in here. And what we are doing in general is we're using two different kinds of AI models, which you can select here. So we're either using Google Nano Banana 2, because this got just launched, right? Or Seedream. And with Seedream, we're either going with 4K, or Seedream 4.5. Not every image generation will be perfect, right? So you have to maybe regenerate it a couple of times, but then you will you will get a sense of it, and it will get better and better and better. And then you hit the generate button basically, and you will get images generated. And then you're just like picking what works, what doesn't work for me, all right? I'm gonna give you like a little secret sauce. And what you could do is you can also go to Pinterest, right? If you're like, for example, you have a creative blockade and whatever. And then, for example, we also have running brands. And for example, I would say that I like this image here, right? So what I could do, I could actually click on this image, I could copy it, then I could go to Claude and tell Claude basically following. So what we can do is we can say, hey Claude, please describe this image and turn it into a prompt so I can use it for my own products. Please ignore the product brand because I want to use my own product. All right, so you're asking Claude here and it will describe it and make a prompt. And what you can do then, as you can see here, you can then use this prompt and really create the same image with your product. So you can do it like very crazy things like this here, right? Or with this here, or with this here. We've done it multiple times. I mean, I can quickly go, for example, to one of the brands where we're kind of using this heavily, okay? So for example, here, Gieswein, you can basically see, so these are like more real images. Those are like floating ones. And now you can see we're getting a bit more like crazy with the blur image over here. And then let me go down to more product detail shot. For example, this one was Pinterest shot that we saw. This too, it's like very similar to the one that we saw just some seconds ago, this. So we got the inspiration from Pinterest, just turned the images to prompts and then used it, right? Also here, if you want to use a new target audience, for example, people who having dog owners, I mean, nothing easier than that to do, all right? So this is basically how you do it and how you generate an image, right? There is an even better way that I will describe in another video because it gets a bit more technical, but it will be amazing, trust me. So when you have the image, what you then do is you go back to Figma, then basically you're starting designing, right? Either you give it to your designer, or you can use different platforms that are offering templates, or you really just try and learn it by yourself and have like different kind of ads. You're using a big image to show to really like communicate. You can use an image to really get the target group, right? You saw the image with the dog, with people having a dog and walking the dog. This will resonate with people having a dog. I'm having this pan on an outdoor situation setup. I will definitely talk more to people who are interested in outdoor things. So visuals are very important to really just use the visual as targeting, right? And then have very strong messaging and have really diverse settings for it. You can see none of those images look like pretty similar to each other, which is important based on Andromeda update. Have the same messaging, similar concept, right? But in very different ways in visualizing it and saying it, okay? And basically this is how you create it. So at our agency, we actually don't just run AI statics. We handle the full creative stack from UGC to high production creatives and everything in between. If you are a brand spending 50K or more on ads and you want this system applied to your account, scan the QR code on screen or click the first link in the description and book a call with me. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment. I'm trying to reply to all of them. I'll see you in the next video.